Tired of chasing nods that leave you empty and stuck? Don't stumble into 2026 approval addicted. Grab this exact 365-day blueprint to shatter people-pleasing forever. Welcome to Audiobook World, your masterclass for unbreakable self-improvement. Inside this audiobook, uncover 3 game changers. Day 1 rituals to silence inner critics, weekly hacks to build iron confidence, and proven mindsets that turn rejection into rocket fuel. Hit subscribe and bell for daily blueprints. Use chapter timestamps below to jump in now. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, shimmering horizon. The year 2025 fades behind you like a dying ember, and ahead stretches 2026, untamed, electric with possibility. But what if I told you that without a map, this new year could swallow your dreams whole? You felt it before, that quiet ache of potential slipping away, days blurring into regrets. Not this time. This is your 365-day game plan, whispered from the fires of those who've conquered time itself. Lean in. Your transformation begins now. Chapter 1. Awaken your inner compass. Imagine standing alone on a mist-shrouded cliff at dawn, the wind whipping your face, carrying whispers of every path not taken. Below, the ocean crashes relentlessly, a mirror to the chaos of lives adrift without direction. You've felt it, haven't you? That hollow pull in your chest when days bleed into weeks, and suddenly another year slips away, leaving only echoes of what could have been. Right now, as 2025 draws its final breath, you're on that cliff. 2026 looms not as a calendar flip, but as a summons, a raw, unyielding call to claim your life. This audiobook isn't a list of tips, it's your 365-day game plan, forged in the fires of those who've stared into the abyss and built empires from the ashes. Breathe it in. Your awakening starts here. We begin with the truth no one whispers. Without a guiding force, even the strongest souls wander lost. Life isn't a straight road. It's a wild frontier, riddled with storms, mirages, and hidden trails that lead to gold or graves. You've chased shiny distractions, jobs that numb, relationships that drain, habits that chain, thinking motion equals progress. But motion without direction, that's just running in circles, heart-pounding, soul-starving. I remember Elena, a woman I once knew, sharp as a blade yet crumbling under the weight of indecision. At 42, she looked back on decades blurred by someday promises. Her kids grown, her fire dimmed, she confessed over coffee one rainy afternoon. I waited for life to hand me a map. It never did. That night, alone in her quiet house, she wept, not for lost time, but for the version of herself buried alive. What Elena didn't see then, what you must grasp now, is this. Your inner compass is already within you, waiting to be uncovered. It's not some mystical gift reserved for visionaries or the lucky few. It's the quiet voice beneath the noise, the spark that ignites. When you dare to ask the one question that shatters illusions, what am I truly built for? Not what society demands, not what fears dictate, but what sets your blood on fire. Picture it, a lighthouse beam, cutting through fog, steady and unapologetic. This compass doesn't point to easy, it points to destiny. And in this first chapter, we unearth it, polish it, set it spinning true. Let's make this real, tangible, yours. Close your eyes if you can, or just let the words sink deep. Envision your life as a grand ship, sails billowing, hull groaning under waves of possibility. Without a compass, you're at mercy of currents, tides of opinion, winds of whim. But with it, you navigate tempests, spot distant shores others never dream of. The foundation of your 365-day game plan rests here, defining your North Star, that singular blazing purpose which aligns every dawn, every choice, every breath. Start small, but start fierce. Tonight, under the same stars that guided ancient explorers, pull out a journal. Yes, now pause this if you must. Write these words at the top. By December 31, 2026, I will have finished it, not with vague wishes, but a scene so vivid it aches. See yourself standing taller, scars as medals, impact rippling outward. Maybe it's launching that venture that's haunted your sketches for years, the one where your ideas feed thousands, or mending the family fractures, turning meals into memoirs of love reclaimed. Perhaps it's sculpting a body and mind that defies age, running marathons at 60 with the vigor of youth. Whatever it is, make it specific, sensory, feel the weight of the pen in your hand, taste the triumph on your tongue. But purpose isn't born in comfort, it's hammered in reflection. Ask yourself, what breaks my heart when I see it in the world? What lights me up until time dissolves? What would I pursue if failure weren't a spectre? These aren't idle queries, they're chisels carving stone. I once walked with a man named Kai, a corporate climber whose ladder led nowhere. Burned out at 35, he retreated to the mountains, days blurring into nights of silence. One evening, as snow fell like forgotten dreams, clarity struck, healing fractured minds. He built clinics for the lost, and today lives bloom because he listened inward. Your story whispers the same. Ignore it, and 2026 becomes another cage. Heed it, and it unfolds as conquest. Feel that shift already. That's your compass stirring, magnetic north, pulling true. Yet awakening demands surrender to truth over comfort, vision over validation. Society peddles safe harbors, steady paychecks, scripted lives, but harbors rot ships. True captains, brave open seas, embrace the discomfort of this clarity. It's the price of freedom. As you etch your North Star, let it consume you, not with frenzy, but fierce devotion. Let it judge every decision. Does this serve my course? If not, cast it overboard without remorse. Now, deepen it. Beyond the what, probe the why. Why this purpose? Because it marries your pains and passions into power. My own path twisted through loss. A business crumbled, loves faded, until I realized those ruins were the forge. Your scars? They're constellations mapping your unique sky. Elena found hers in empty nests. She now nurtures young dreamers. Kai, in burnout. Now he reignites others. Yours await inscription. This foundation isn't fragile. It's bedrock. Over the next 34 days, every ritual, every battle won or learned from, orbits this star. It steadies you when doubts howl, accelerates you when momentum builds. Without it, plans scatter like leaves in gale. With it, you're unstoppable, a force nature bows to. Pause here, listener. Let this settle, like roots into soil. You've taken the first step, not into vague hope, but deliberate power. Your inner compass gleams now ready to guide, but a star alone doesn't sail ships. What happens when you align your daily rhythms to its light? That's the dawn ritual, awaiting in Chapter 2. A sacred forge where vision meets action, turning dreams to unbreakable habit. Turn the page with me, the journey deeper. Chapter 2. Blueprint your battlefield. Feel the ground tremble beneath your feet as the first light cracks the horizon, revealing not a gentle dawn, but a vast arena etched with your name. Dust swirls from ancient battles won and lost, and in the distance, your North Star pulses like a war drum, calling you to arms. This isn't poetry, it's your reality. On January 1st, 2026, a battlefield where dreams clash with doubt, ambition wars with inertia. You've ignited your compass in Chapter 1. Now we draw the maps, sharpen the strategies, fortify the walls. Without this blueprint, even the clearest vision crumbles under chaos. Lean close. We're architects of conquest now. Your 365-day game plan demands a battlefield blueprint, not a vague sketch, but a war room masterpiece, quartered into seasons of siege. Quarter 1. Lay the siege foundations, unearthing every minefield and muster your forces. Quarter 2. Assault the strongholds, scaling heights with relentless precision. Quarter 3. Consolidate gains, turning victories into empires. Quarter 4. Harvest and fortify, ensuring your reign endures. This isn't theory, it's the skeleton of transformation, flesh built daily through sweat and strategy. Consider Marcus, a shadow of a man I crossed paths with in a forgotten diner, his eyes hollow from years of firefighting crises instead of charting courses. At 38, divorced, desk-bound, he clutched a napkin, scribbling half-formed dreams. "I react," he growled, "never act." That napkin became his first blueprint. Obstacles listed like enemies, fear of failure, toxic colleagues, midnight scrolls devouring hours. Allies summoned, a mentor from old college days, a gym partner forged overnight. By quarter's end, he'd quit the cage, launched a coaching side hustle that paid bills and fed his soul. Marcus didn't luck into freedom, he mapped it, ruthless and real. You do the same right now. Grab paper, or your phone's dim glow light matters little when fire builds within. Column 1. The terrain. Chart your landscape honestly. Health crumbling, note the poisons. Late nights, sugar crashes, skipped strides, relationships frayed. Pinpoint the drains, the silent wars eroding trust. Career stagnant, map the chains, complacency, skill gaps, unseen rivals, no sugarcoating. Truth is your first weapon. Column 2. The arsenal. Inventory strengths, like a general eyes cannons. Your resilience from past falls, unbreakable shield, that knack for words or numbers. Precision blade. Column 3. The timeline. Quarter 1 deadlines bite. Week 1 audit complete. Week 4 first allies contacted. Month 3 prototype victory. A new habit locked, first milestone claimed. Visualize it, arrows piercing fog, flags planted on peaks. This blueprint breathes, review it dawn and dusk, adjusting as scouts report life's fog shifts, but you adapt. Depth demands vulnerability. Why blueprint? Because chaos devours the unprepared. Life hurls curveballs, losses, betrayals, black swans, but a mapped mind turns ambush into advantage. I recall guiding a young woman, Lila, through her unraveling. Artist trapped in finance. Her blueprint exposed the chasm. Creativity starved by spreadsheets. Quarter 1, she carved mornings sacred, sketching amid coffee steam. Obstacles. Inner critic snarling amateur. Counter, daily affirmations, etched like battle cries. I create, therefore I conquer. By quarter's close, galleries whispered her name. Blueprinting didn't erase pain, it armored her through it. Infuse emotion here. Feel the thrill of lines converging, your scattered life sharpening to a spear. This is empowerment's pulse, control reclaimed, one stroke at a time. Ruthlessness defines it. Excise the non-essential. That hobby draining hours without joy. Sever it. Doubters in your circle, distance them like scouts from enemy lines. Mercy weakens fronts. Precision wins wars. Expand the strategy with rhythms. weekly war councils, Sunday evenings, review strikes landed, recalibrate. Monthly muster, measure ground gained. Celebrate with fire, a solitary toast to progress. Quarterly summits, deep dives, pivots bold. Tools simple, journal as logbook, app as radar, accountability partner as second in command. No tech overload, clarity thrives in focus. Reflect on the why beneath the what. Blueprinting mirrors life's raw poetry, creation from void, order from entropy. It's spiritual alchemy, turning leaden routines to golden paths. Marcus later shared, fireside under desert stars, the map saved me from myself, yours will too, forging not just plans, but identity renewed. Challenges arise, procrastination's ambush, overwhelms fog. Counter with anchors, tie blueprint to your North Star. Every line serves it or falls. When doubt creeps, recall Lila's leap from napkin doubts to canvas conquests. You're no different, potential simmers, awaiting your command. This chapter arms you. Your blueprint isn't static ink, it's living strategy, evolving as you conquer. Feel the weight lift, purpose solidify. You've mapped the war. Now charge demands dawn's discipline. What if every sunrise became your forge, rituals tempering body, and will to strike true? Chapter 3 beckons. The dawn ritual, where blueprints ignite into unbreakable motion. Step forward. The battlefield awaits your command. Chapter 3 forge the dawn ritual. Hear the rooster's defiant crow shatter the velvet dark, as the first golden fingers of sun claw over jagged peaks, summoning you from slumber's grasp. Your bed, once a tomb of squandered hours, now a launch pad, heart pounding, skin tingling with the chill of purpose. This is no ordinary morning. It's the anvil of gods, where your blueprint from Chapter 2 meets the hammer of habit. Dawn rituals aren't routines, they're rebirths, daily baptisms forging warriors from sleepwalkers. Rise now, listener, the world still dreams you seize it. At the core of your 365-day game plan pulses this ritual, a sacred sequence reclaiming dawn's power before the day's thieves arrive. 5 unyielding pillars, silence to attune, declaration to command, motion to ignite, nourishment to fuel, reflection to seal. Performed without fail, it transmutes groggy haze into laser focus, weakness into weapon. Miss it, and momentum fractures. Master it, and 2026 bends to your rhythm. Meet Javier, the man who taught me dawn's ferocity. I found him at 29, bloated by desk drudgery and beer-fueled nights, his blueprint gathering dust. Mornings mock me, he admitted, voice cracking over black coffee in a roadside stall. Together we crafted his ritual. Pillar 1, 5 minutes of utter silence, eyes closed, breaths deepening like roots into earth. No phone, no thoughts, just presence, washing away night's debris. Javier felt the shift immediately, chaos yielding to calm. Pillar 2 declaration, spoken aloud with gravel conviction. Stand tall, fists clenched, proclaim, today I am unbreakable. I claim vitality, clarity, conquest. Words aren't whispers, they're oaths, binding soul to action. Javier roared them, mirror-facing, shattering self-doubt's mirror. Pillar 3, motion, raw, primal. Not gym polish, but instinct. 20 push-ups, gasping fire into veins. Squats carving power from thighs. Stretches uncoiling spine like awakening serpent. Sweat as sacrament, purging yesterday's poisons. Pillar 4, nourishment, warrior's feast. No sludge, handfuls of almonds cracking like gunfire, vibrant greens pulsing life, water gulped like mountain streams after drought. Javier swapped sugar traps for this alchemy, Energy surged, fog lifted. Pillar 5. Reflection. 2 minutes journaling strikes ahead. What 3 blows land today? Ink seals intent, blueprint alive in hand. Why dawn? Because night surrenders its spoils to the bold. Science whispers of cortisol peaks. Willpower troughs later. Seize the surge. Spiritually, it's communion with creation's pulse, aligning your rhythm to universe's dawn. Javier transformed. 6 months, 30 pounds shed not as fat, but as fetters. His coaching business exploded. Blueprint no longer paper, but flesh. Dawn owns me now, he grinned. Eyes alight. Yours can too. Make it yours, intimate, fierce. Customize pillars to your fire. Yoga flows. If stillness calls, sprints if speed sings. But anchor unbreakable. Before 6 a.m., no excuses. Alarms, dual sentinels across room, forcing feet to floor. Cold shower plunge, post motion, ice shock awakening every nerve, laughing through shivers as invincibility dawns. Deepen with emotion. This ritual heals fractures unseen. I walked beside a mother, Sophia, widowed young, mornings lost to grief's fog. Her ritual began hesitant, silence pierced by tears. Declarations faltered, then thundered. Motion rebuilt her frame, nourishment her glow, reflection birthed, gratitude's garden. 1 year, she not only survived but soared, business thriving, children inspired. Dawn didn't erase loss, it resurrected her. Obstacles rear, snooze, seduction, winter dark. Counter, with stakes. Tell a trusted ally your vow, their knowing eyes your whip. Track streaks in journal, chains unbreakable. Feel the high, endorphins flood. Dopamine locks loyalty. Spiritually, it's surrender, offering dawn to higher flow, receiving clarity in return. Expand rhythmically. Weekends? Deepen. Add meditation's abyss, visualizing day's triumphs. Track evolution. Month 1, ritual rocky. Month 3, instinctive as breath. This isn't discipline's cage, it's liberation's key. Blueprint pulsing through veins. Reflections bloom. Dawn rituals echo ancestors, monks chanting sunup, warriors oiling blades pre-battle. Modern haze blinds us. Reclaim it, reclaim power. Javier now leads dawn circles, ripples widening. Your ritual, personal legend seed. Challenges test, travel disrupts, illness strikes. Adapt, hotel floor push-ups, whispered oaths in plains. Consistency forges diamond will. Feel pride swell as streaks lengthen, body sharpens, mind crystalline. This chapter crowns you dawn's heir. Ritual etched, you're no longer victim of whim, but master of mornings. Energy infinite, focus forged. Yet fuel demands endless hunt, knowledge, as endless quarry. What if every stolen hour became wisdom's harvest, sharpening your edge beyond rivals? Chapter 4 calls the knowledge hunt, where curiosity devours ignorance. Embrace it. Your ascent accelerate. Chapter 4. Hunt knowledge like prey. Envision a predator in moonlit wilds, nostrils flaring, muscles coiled, eyes locked on shadows, where wisdom hides, patient, relentless, alive with hunger. That shadow is you, slipping through 2026's underbrush, no longer grazing on scraps, but stalking profound truths that reshape destinies. Your dawn ritual from Chapter 3 has armed you. Now, knowledge becomes your quarry, devoured, to fuel the blueprint's blaze. This isn't passive reading, it's primal pursuit, where ignorance falls and empires rise. Stalk with me. The hunt begins. Your 39 to 65-day game plan elevates learning to sacred chase. 1 meaty book per month, dissected like fresh kill podcasts inhaled during commutes. Masters' voices sharpening claws, daily dives into skills that terrify yet tantalize. No skimming surfaces, plunge deep, questioning, how does this arm my North Star? What edges does it hone? Knowledge isn't hoarded trivia, it's transformative venom, injected to evolve. I crossed paths with Ronan, a welder, whose sparks lit more than metal. At 32, trapped in factory grind, his blueprint screamed for escape, but tools rusted dull. I'm blind in my own forge, he confessed, hands calloused yet trembling. We ignited his hunt. First book, The Craftsman's Path, devoured in stolen lunches, notes bleeding margins. Podcasts on metallurgy flowed through earbuds on shifts. Insights fusing mid-weld. He questioned ruthlessly, how bends steel to my vision? 6 months, patented designs sold to giants. Ronan didn't study. He hunted, knowledge his prey, yielding fortunes. Claim your quarry now. Stock your den. Curate 12 books, aligning blueprint quarters. Quarter 1 foundations like resilience tomes. Quarter 2 innovation predators. Podcasts, 15-minute bursts. Niche experts dissecting your arena. Daily, 20 minutes probing one skill, coding if digital calls, languages if worlds beckon. Tools, simple, highlighter as blood marker, journal for gutting insights. Application blueprint week 5, deepen the thrill. Hunting mirrors, spirit's quest. Soul's arrow piercing illusion's veil. Ronan found transcendence in pages, worlds becoming art. Emotion surges, frustration yields to flow, isolation to communion with giants long gone. Questioning awakens. Does this truth serve my star or distract? Discard chaff. Feast on marrow. Obstacles prowl. Time famine overwhelms pack. Counter. Micro hunts. 5 minutes snatched. 1 podcast insight logged. Commutes. Audios transform gridlock to gold mines. Track kills monthly ledger. Book 1. 3 weapons gained. Celebrate. Ritual meal post-conquest. Savoring growth's flavor. Meet Aria. Dreamer derailed by doubt. Office drone at 27. Her blueprint whispered stories untold. Hunt began hesitant. First audiobook on narrative craft. Walked nightly under street lamps. Questions pierced. How weaves words into worlds. Podcasts fueled fiction sparks. Year-in debut novel gripped readers. Knowledge hunted me back, she laughed. Eyes fierce. Your prey awaits. Personal legends flesh. Refined tactics. Active pursuit. Teach 1 insight weekly to ally or mirror. Teaching cements. Multi-sensory. Audiobooks for motion. Visuals for blueprints. Quarterly feasts. Synthesize hunts into manifesto. Quarter 2 evolutions. Spiritually, it's harvest from creation's tree. Forbidden fruits ripening your core. Challenges bite. Dry texts. Wandering focus. Bait with passion. Tie to North Star. Ronan's welds glowed hotter post-hunt. Aria's prose cut deeper. Feel exaltation as synapses fire. Capabilities cascade. Expand universally. Ancient scribes chased scrolls across deserts. Modern hunters code nights away. Your era's prey. Exponential podcasts. Infinite. Books boundless. Hunt sustains momentum. Blueprint evolving dynamically. Reflections crystallize. Knowledge isn't power hoarded. It's light shared. Ripples magnifying. Ronan mentors apprentices. Aria's tales inspire. Your hunts birth legacies. This chapter equips you, predator supreme. Knowledge flows, veins electric with insight. Dawn sharpens, blueprint breathes intellect. Yet solo hunts falter. True apex needs pack. What if iron bonds amplified every strike, turning solitary prowls to unstoppable hunts? Chapter 5 summons forging bonds of iron, where allies become extensions of your will. Press on. The pride awaits. Chapter 5 Forge bonds of iron. Picture a lone forge in mountain twilight, hammer striking anvil with sparks that leap like defiant stars, not in isolation, but amid a circle of fellow smiths, each blow echoing, strengthening the whole. That forge is your life, listener, where solitary flames flicker fragile until bonds of iron unite them into inferno. Your knowledge hunt from Chapter 4 has honed blades sharp. Now we temper them in unbreakable alliance. No wolf thrives forever alone. Your 65-day game plan demands a pride 5 souls forged to elevate or be exiled. Feel the heat rise. Alliances await hammering. These bonds aren't casual chats or social scrolls. They're sacred covenants, curated with wolfish precision. 5 pillars, the visionary igniting dreams, the challenger sharpening edges, the anchor steadying storms, the sage dispensing hard-won maps, the mirror reflecting blind spots, weekly councils around virtual or real fires, scars bared, blueprints shared, accountability sworn. This circle multiplies force, turning individual hunts into pack dominance. I knew Theo, a builder whose walls rose high, but life crumbled within. At 40, projects thrived yet spirit starved, isolated amid admirers who praised without pushing. Echo chamber, he muttered during a rain-lashed walk, blueprints soggy as his resolve. We forged his circle. Visionary artist, sparking wild designs, challenger ex-military grilling weaknesses, anchor childhood friend, grounding flights, sage retired mentor, mapping pitfalls, mirror therapist, unveiling shadows. First council raw truths spilled, Theo's walls transformed, sustainable havens now. Business tripled, bonds didn't coddle. They catapulted. Build yours deliberately. Audit contacts. Who elevates? Invite boldly. Join my council, we conquer 2026 together. Virtual, flame-lit Zooms suffice. Pillar rolls clear, visionary dreams big. Challenger asks, why not more? Anchor reminds root, sage shares scars, mirror probes. What hides? Weekly right, 30 minutes each, sharing wins, wounds, blueprints. No judgment, only iron truth. Emotion binds deepest. These souls witness your forge, vulnerabilities fire, yielding strength. Theo confessed mid-council tears once. Isolation cracked open, pack enveloped, emerging unbreakable. Spiritually, it's tribal soulprint. Humans wired for hearth circles, amplifying light against dark. Obstacles stalk, flakes, conflicts, distance. Tull ruthlessly. Replace after 2 misses. Theo exiled, a drain, circle strengthened. Nurture, gratitude toasts, shared hunts from Chapter 4. Celebrations amplifying joy. Enter Mira, nomad, spirit chained by solitude. Traveler at heart, corporate leash tight, her blueprint yearned freedom. Circle forged, visionary wanderer plotting routes, challenger vetting risks, anchor family tethering, sage expat law, mirror coach unveiling fears. Councils fueled leaps, first sabbatical, then full reinvention. Eco lodges worldwide. Alone I dreamed, together I flew. She beamed under foreign suns. Refine rituals, quarterly retreats, hikes, sharing starside visions, digital bonds, shared docs, tracking blueprints. Emotionally, attune, celebrate ally wins as yours, their falls lessons shared. Conflicts, forge hotter, honest firesides mend stronger. Universally resonant, ancient clans, survived pacts, modern titans, credit circles. Your bonds weave legacy threads. North Star shared, challenges test, betrayal stings, imbalance creeps. Audit quarterly, who gives, who takes. Theo's circle, evolved twice. Power compounded, reflections glow. Bonds transcend utility. Soul family, laughter's echo in conquests. Mira's lodges host her circle now, endless forge. This chapter welds you to power's core. Iron bonds amplify every dawn hunt, blueprint. Solitude shatters, synergy soars, yet abundance demands guardianship. Time's empire guarded by sacred no. What if every refusal unlocked floods of focused fire? Chapter 6 reveals, mastering the art of no, sentinel of your realm, forge ahead. The Circle, Chapter 6, master the art of, sense the thunderous silence of a fortress gate slamming shut, iron bars locking out the howling mob of distractions clawing at your walls, while inside your empire's hearth glows unchallenged. That gate is your will, listener, forged in the fires of chapters past, North Star lit, blueprint drawn, dawn claimed, knowledge hunted, bonds ironclad. Now, no becomes sentinel, guardian of time's sacred vaults. Your 6 to 5 day game plan hinges here. Every utterance, a sword, carving space for destiny. Wield it. The mob retreats. No isn't rejection, it's divine selection. The sculptor's chisel hacking marble to reveal masterpiece within. In a world bombarding with invitations to everywhere but forward, mastery means auditing empire's borders. Weekly audits, log time thieves, endless feeds, obligatory nods, half-baked favors. Categorize energy vampires, momentum murderers, blueprint betrayers. Then decree no to all but North Star allies. Feel liberation's rush hours reclaimed. Focus laser pure. Recall Nadia, architect of her undoing until no rebuilt her. I met her at 34, calendar a battlefield of others' wars, colleagues' crises, family pleas, social sirens, blueprint buried, spirit frayed. She vented over herbal tea. I'm everyone else's, yes, my own ghost. Audit first. 20 hours weekly lost to scrolls alone. Practice began gentle. No, can't tonight, pursuing my path. Boldened, she declined promotions misaligned. Parties draining fire. Reclaimed time birthed designs revolutionary. Firm promoted her vision, not chains. No freed my yeses, she whispered. Eyes alight. Hone the blade now. Script variants. Polite blade. Appreciate ask, but committed elsewhere. Firm shield. No, doesn't serve my course. Silent archer. Ignore non-essentials. Practice mirror facing. Voice steady. Eyes fierce. Apply immediately. Next request. Pause. Audit. Does this fuel blueprint? 9 times 10. No prevails. Emotion fuels mastery. No birth sovereignty. Chest expands. Guilt's chains. Smep. Spiritually, its boundary as temple wall, honoring inner sacred. Nadia's first bold no to family trip sparked terror, then triumph. Space carved her soul's symphony. Obstacles ambush, guilt's whisper, FOMO's howl. Counter, reframe. My no honors commitments true. Log victories. Journal knows won. Time gained. Allies from Chapter 5 reinforce. Proud of your stand. Quarterly reviews. What no unlocked miracles. Witness Elias. Innovator stifled by sprawl. Tech whiz at 28. Ideas drowned in meetings. Side quests. Blueprint demanded focus. No heeded. Declined committees. muted notifications, ignored quick favors. Hours flooded invention. Patent changed industry. No was my canvas, he shared, grinning amid prototypes. Refine artistry, gradated force, soft for acquaintances, steel for repeat offenders, digital moats, app blockers, email filters, emotional rituals, post no breath, affirming empire protected. Universally, sages across eras wielded no monks, silent to chatter, leaders deaf to distractions. Challenges evolve, backlash stings, loneliness nips, lean on bonds, their yes to your no validates. Nadia's family adapted, respecting boundaries. Elias built tribe of fellow guardians. Reflections deepen. No isn't loss. It's life's poetry. Negative space framing beauty. Elias mentors now, teaching art. Nadia's designs grace skylines. This chapter crowns you gatekeeper supreme. Time's empire secure. Every Noah step toward dominion. Bonds bolster, hunts thrive. Dawns dominate, yet conquests unseen demand honor. Micro-victories as sacred rites. What if plateaus became altars of gratitude, fueling endless ascent? Chapter 7 unveils, celebrating hidden victories, where whispers roar triumphs. Guard your gate. Glory beckon. Chapter 7, celebrate the hidden victories. Witness a solitary bloom, pushing through cracked desert stone, unnoticed by storms, yet radiant in silent defiance. Roots delving deeper with every unseen triumph. That bloom is you, listener, thriving amid plateaus where fanfare fades and doubt whispers defeat. Your no from Chapter 6 guards the gates. Now we consecrate micro-victories, those quiet conquests building unbreakable fortitude. In your 365-day game plan, plateaus aren't pauses, they're altars where gratitude transmutes effort into elixir. Honor them. The bloom unfurls. Hidden victories pulse everywhere. The alarm defied for dawn's embrace. The tempting scroll slain by focus. The bold no echoing in reclaimed hours. The page turned in knowledge hunt, despite fatigue's pull. Neglect them, and momentum starves. Ritualize celebration, and they compound into avalanches of achievement. Core practice, nightly ledger, 3 micro-wins voiced aloud, gratitude's flame kindled. Feel it, joy's spark igniting resilience forge. I walked with Lena, a healer whose hands mended bodies but spirit lagged. At 36, clinic bustling yet burnout loomed. Blueprints, grand visions mocked by daily grind. Big wins elude, small ones invisible. She sighed during twilight herbal brews. Nightly ledger began. Resisted snack trap, body honored. Listened fully to patient connection deepened. Journaled one insight, clarity bloomed. Weeks wove magic. Ledger swelled, energy renewed. Clinic expanded innovatively. Patients raved of her glow. Hidden roots fed the tree. She marveled. Adopt the rite intimately. Evening sanctuary. Dim lights, journal open. Voice deliberately. Today, I celebrated choosing stairs over elevator. Strength claimed. Opted for water over wine. Clarity preserved. Shared honest feedback in circle. Courage honored. No grand gestures needed. Authenticity amplifies. Variations, ally echoes, your wins in council, or dawn review amplifies, carryover power. Emotion anchors deep. Celebration rewires brain. Dopamine, rewards wiring neural highways to persistence. Spiritually, it's soul's harvest festival, acknowledging universe's subtle gifts. Lena's first ledger, tears flowed gratitude. Zois melted into abundance. Obstacles, shadow. Perfectionism sneers too small. Fatigue, dulls recall. Counter, pre-bed prompts. What no triumphed, what hunt yielded. Track streaks, chain unbroken motivates. Quarterly bonfires, read ledger aloud to circle, collective roar amplifying. Behold Kareem, composer silenced by chaos. Melody dreams drowned in noise at 29, blueprint silent, victory's ledger unearthed. Skip social scroll notes flowed, played imperfect scale, progress embraced. Gratitude voiced nightly birthed symphony. Recordings streamed worldwide, whispers became orchestra. He shared, strings humming soul, refine rituals, sensory anchors, light candle per win, scent marking joy, digital, apt tallies, streaks, visually. Emotional depth, link to North Star. This step serves my legacy. Universally, mystics danced small mercies, warriors etched scars as badges. Challenges mount, plateaus persist, comparison creeps. Reframe, progress invisible builds visible empires. Lena's clinic thrived on unseen cares. Kareem's hits from daily scales. Reflections illuminate. Celebrations cultivate abundance mindset. Scarcity flees, possibility floods. Kareem teaches youth now, ledgers in hands. Lena heals holistically. This chapter elevates you victory's priest. Micro triumphs, honored, plateaus power sources. Empire expands invisibly, yet inexorably. Yet growth hungers discomfort's edge. Safe harbors rot resolve. What if fears became gateways? Weekly quests, shattering chains. Chapter 8 ignites, shattering comfort's chains, where terror transmutes to triumph. Kindle your flame. Altars await more offerings. Chapter 8 shatter comfort's chains. Gaze into the heart of a blacksmith's blaze, where glowing iron yields not to gentle warmth, but to hammer's merciless kiss. Each strike, birthing blade from brittle bar, pain forging perfection. That blaze engulfs you now, listener, as hidden victories from Chapter 7 fuel the fire. Comfort's chains, soft illusions of safety, bind brighter souls than any foe. Your 365-day game plan demands weekly quests into terror's maw, shattering them to dust. Embrace the strike. Transformation tempers. Comfort whispers, stay soft, lulling in cushions of familiar, where growth starves silent. Shatter it with deliberate quests, pursuits evoking shiver, cold immersion shocking complacency, public vulnerability bearing soul, novel skills mocking mastery. Weekly 1. Log fear's face, execute unflinching, ledger post-quest. What died? What born? This alchemy turns dread to dominion. I guided Raphael, painter caged in canvas safety. At 41, galleries eluded, strokes predictable as clockwork. Comfort kills my fire, he admitted, amid studio dust. Brushes idle. First quest, street corner easel. Stranger's gaze piercing, knees quaked, palate trembled, yet colors exploded raw. Next, ice bath pre-dawn, breath ragged, will ignited. Skills quest, sculpture class, hands clumsy in clay. Ledger filled, fears slain, boldness bloomed. Debut show sold out. Critics hailed reborn. Raphael shattered, Phoenix rose. Launch your quests boldly. Catalog terrors. Public speaking if voice hides. Networking cold if connections scare. Physical extremes if body slumbers. Sunday select. This week, cold plunge daily. 5 minutes frozen fire. Execute midweek peak dread. Circle accountability. Post. Voice gratitude. Terror tasted. Chains broken. Emotion ignites core. Quests unearth. Buried power. Heart races. Then soars. Liberated. Spiritually. Discomfort's forge mirrors soul's crucible, divine pressure birthing light. Raphael's street debut, tears mixed paint, vulnerability's gift. Obstacles lunge, avoidance siren, failure's spectre. Counter, micro-ramps, 2-minute plunges scaling to 5. Celebrate ledger style, quest conquered, resilience etched. Quarterly escalations, tandem quests, with circle, shared shivers bonding deeper. Enter Siri, dancer chained by critique's ghost. Performances stalled at 25, blueprint dim. Quests, open mic leaps, aerial silks defying gravity, feedback solicited raw. First fall bruised, ledger noted rise stronger. Evolution stages worldwide, teaching fear's dance. Comfort was coffin. Quests my wings, she spun. Mid-air grace, refine arsenal. Sensory logs, quests sent. Sound, surge immortalized. Emotional mapping, pre-fear journal, post-triumph reflection. Universally, explorers braved unknowns. These bled canvases, discomfort's universal key. Challenges intensify. Plateaus of fear fatigue. Cycle quests. Body 1 week, mind next. Social third. Raphael rotated, sustaining blaze. Suri layered, mastery deepened. Reflections burn bright. Shattering chains reveals authentic self. Raw, radiant. Suri's studios train warriors now. Raphael's art inspires bold strokes. This chapter liberates you chainless. Comfort crumbles, quests quicken pulse of power, victories multiply, no's fortified. Yet empires demand reckoning, progress audited, paths refined. What if quarters ended not in fatigue, but phoenix rebirths? Chapter 9 calls harvesting reflections gold, where review alchemizes raw ore to refined rain. Hammer falls. Shatter on. Chapter 9, Harvest Reflections Gold. Stand atop a windswept ridge at quarter's dusk, surveying valleys carved by your strikes, rivers of effort gleaming gold in fading light, not in conquest's roar, but quiet wisdom's gleam. That ridge is yours now, listener. Ascended through comfort's shatter, in reflection isn't idle gaze, it's miner's sieve, panning raw chaos for golden truths, fueling your 365-day game plan. Quarterly retreats beckon, descend harvest, ascend refined, breathe the summit air, gold awaits sifting. Reflection transmutes battle's dust to strategy's vein. End of quarter sanctuaries, 2 hours unplugged, blueprint unfurled, pillars, triumphs tallied. What blueprint beats landed true, stumbles dissected, not blamed but mined. What pattern lurks? Pivot how, allies consulted, ledgers reviewed, North Star realigned, emerge not weary but alchemist. Gold harvested, course corrected mercilessly. I sat with Orion, navigator of seas turned corporate captain. At 45, ventures listed like storm-tossed ships, blueprint frayed, blind to tides, he confessed on fog docks, salt air biting. First retreat, triumphs, 3 deals sealed, stumbles, team misreads, overreach sank 1, pattern, delegation dodged, pivot, trained lieutenants. Next quarter, fleet flourished. Orion harvested gold, fleets conquered oceans anew. Claim your harvest now. Schedule retreats. Last Sunday quarterly sanctuary carved. No devices, nature if possible. Blueprint center, tally metrics, dawns kept, hunts devoured. Nos wielded, quests crushed. Voice aloud, this gold serves my star. Patterns probed, energy dips post-weekend, why? Circle input, your fire dims in isolation, more counsels. Emerge with refined map. 2 pivots max, bold strokes. Emotion enriches or reflection heals, stumbles forgiven, triumphs owned deep. Spiritually, its soul's ledger balanced, universe's lessons bowed to. Orion's first tears flowed release. Gold gleamed adimance. Obstacles cloud, busyness blinds, ego resists. Counter, non-negotiable. Block calendar iron, gentle entry. 10-minute warm-up breaths. Post-gold, ritual seal. Burn old map scraps, birth new. Witness Telia, weaver of words into worlds. Author dreams stalled at 31, manuscripts mouldering, retreats unearthed, triumphs, daily words hit, stumbles, perfection, paralyzed, edits, pattern, isolation, brewed doubt, pivot, critique circle, integrated, gold, harvested, debut bestseller, reflection spun straw to gold, she penned, pages turning tides, refined process, tools, mind maps tracing patterns visually, voice memos capturing raw insight, emotional depth, gratitude for lessons, pain's gift refined, universally sages retreated mountains, leaders ordered reigns, reflections eternal vein, challenges deepen, pivots scare, gold scarce, insist deeper, what hides beneath surface. Orion pivoted thrice yearly, Talia monthly deepened, bonds bolster, share gold in council, collective mime expands, reflections crystallize, harvesting gold evolves blueprint, living static plans die, dynamic reigns endure, Talia teaches now, retreats birthing authors, Orion captains fleets ethically. This chapter mints you alchemist supreme. Reflections gold veins your path, quarters quantum leaps, chains shattered, victories voiced. Yet routine breeds rust, stagnation slain by creation's flame. What if daily sparks birthed genius unchecked? Chapter 10 kindles igniting creative flames, chaos to masterpiece. Summit claimed, harvest calls eternal. Chapter 10 ignite creative flames. Dive into the primal cave where shadows dance on walls etched by torchlight fingers. Raw ochre strokes, birthing bison from blank stone, not planned perfection, but chaos captured in fervent flow. That cave summons you, listener, as reflections gold from chapter 9 lights the wick. Stagnation smothers stars. Your 365-day game plan fans daily creative flames, unleashed expression, judgment banished, genius glimpsed in mess, no critics allowed. Kindle now, flames leap. Creativity isn't luxury for artists. It's lifeblood oxygenating blueprint. Dawn hunts, all rigid frames flexed alive. Daily write, 15 minutes pure creation, pin scratches unedited prose, voice hums melodies unchecked, hands mold clay or code without blueprint tyranny. Mantra, flow first, refine never today. Chaos births innovation, rust dissolved in sparks kiss. A shadowed Vera, engineer whose circuits hummed efficient yet soulless. At 39, innovation stalled, blueprint mechanical, logic leashed my light, she shared over flickering workshop lamps, daily flames, doodles amid schematics, wild poems pre-prototype, judgment fled. One scribble sparked adaptive algorithm revolutionizing grids. Vera's patents flowed. Company crowned her visionary. Chaos was cradle. She laughed. Sparks fly. Ignite yours fiercely. Sanctuary carve dawn. Post-ritual or twilight hush. Medium's boundless sketch feverish faces. Compose spoken rants. Dance improvised fury. Timer sacred. 15 unrelenting, post-flame, seal without critique. Created, therefore alive, ledger one line, flames gift glimpsed. Emotion fuels blaze. Flow states dissolve ego. Time warps. Joy floods. Pure. Spiritually, it's co-creation with Muse's breath. Divine spark, mirrored human. Vera's first doodle, tears weld release. Chains of control vaporized. Obstacles flicker. Critics inner hiss. Blank voids, mock. Counter. Prompts wild. What if gravity danced? Permission slip. Mess permitted. Mastery later. Share flames anonymously. Circle lurst. Echoes encouraging. Behold kale. Chefs scripted by recipes. Culinary dreams bland at 27. Blueprint wrote. Flames daily. Blindfolded spices fused. Platters plated absurd. Chaos yielded fusion cuisine. Michelin whispered. Flames cooked my soul, he plated. Aromas alive, refine without refining. Cycles, weak prose, weak visuals, weak sound. Emotional anchors, pre-flame breath. I am vessel. Universally, cave painters birthed culture. Inventors doodled dynamite. Creation's primal pulse. Challenges rage. Doubt, douse, busyness, starves. Insist, micro. 5-minute spark scaling. Vera integrated blueprints loosely. Kale's restaurant innovates eternally. Reflections radiate. Flames prevent atrophy. Blueprint breathing organic. Kale trains apprentices in chaos. Vera designs intuitively. This chapter blazes you, creator incarnate. Flames infuse every pillar. Vitality volcanic. Gold harvested. Chains dust. Yet solitary fires dim. True inferno serves multitudes. What if giving amplified flames tenfold? Legacy rippling eternal. Chapter 11 beckons. Serve to multiply, where outpour births abundance. Stoke, higher. Creation call. Chapter 11. Serve to multiply. Feel the ripple of a single stone plunged into still pond. Circles expanding boundless, touching shores unseen. Your gifts not hoarded flames from chapter 10, but cast outward birthing waves of legacy. That pond is existence, listener, and you, the catalyst. Selfish fires warm alone. Service multiplies infernos across lives, magnetizing abundance back tenfold in your 365-day game plan. Extend hand now, ripples return as tides. Service isn't charity's burden, it's exponential alchemy. One mentee guided weekly, wisdom shared freely from hunts and flames, impact tracked, not in thanks, but transformed lives. Core select one soul quarterly aligning your gold struggling kin. Circle junior, stranger spark weekly hour. Teach blueprint pillar flaws bared encouragement fierce. Watch multiplication their spark ignites yours brighter. I mentored Dario, fisherman mending nets yet dreams ensnared. At 52, chest steady, spirit adrift. Waves take more than give, he grumbled on salt-crusted piers. Service began, weekly docksides, sharing dawn rituals, knows art. He mentored grandson next, family fleet boomed, sustainable. Dario's nets overflowed. Legacy sailed seas. Giving hooked abundance, he grinned. Lines taught. Cast your stone deliberately. Audit reach. Who echoes your North Star? Approach. Let's multiply our weekly. Your growth, my mirror. Sessions raw. Demonstrate quest. Co-reflect gold. Track ripples. Journal impact glimpsed. Their dawn kept. Scale mentees mentor. Chain unbreakable. Emotion cascades. Service dissolves. Isolation. Giver receives validation pure. Spiritually, its rivers flow. Stagnate. Foul. Pour out. Renew endlessly. Dario's first session voice cracked pride. Ripples healed old wounds. Obstacles eddy. time scarcity, rejection sting. Counter blueprints, no protects, slot, sacred. Start micro 15-minute shares. Quarterly review, ripples served star. Witness Leora, herbalist healing cell first. Gardens bloomed hers alone at 44. Service, village walks teaching remedies from hunts. Women empowered, co-ops formed. Her fields expanded, communal wealth flowed, unexpected. Seeds sown harvested wildly, she tended, earth, rich, refined flow. Rituals, post-session gratitude, gift circled back. Emotional reciprocity, mentees wins your ledger. Universally, elders passed fireside law. Leaders lifted lieutenants, services timeless tide. Challenges surge, ingratitude ebbs, burnout lapse, boundaries firm, no to mismatched asks. Circle vets mentees. Dario rotated, Leora grouped sustainably, reflections swell. Multiplication defies scarcity, abundance mindset, oceans. Leora's co-op feeds regions. Dario's fleet, eco-icons. This chapter unleashes you multiplier divine. Service swells every pillar. Ripples eternal. Gold flows back purer. Yet cycles eternal demand vigilance, end not finale, but renewal vow. What vigilant renewal cements 2026 throne forever? Chapter 12 crowns eternal vigilance, legacies endless forge. Plungestone tides rise. Chapter 12 eternal vigilance. Ascend the eternal spire, where horizons bend, infinite winds of complacency howling below. Your silhouette etched against dawn's vow, guardian not of today's spoils from Chapter 11's ripples, but tomorrow's unbound realms. This pinnacle crowns your 365-day game plan, listener, where completion illusions dissolve into cycles sacred forge. Eternal vigilance isn't endpoint, it's rebirth oath, North Star renewed, blueprint evolved, flames undimmed. Stand firm. Eternity claims its sentinels. Legends whisper, empires crumble not in battle's roar, but vigilance's lapse, muscles softened, edges dulled, stars dimmed by drift. Your cycle December 31st annually, full retreat weaving all pillars, revisit North Star. Does it still blaze true or adapt to gold harvested? Blueprint overhaul, quarters refreshed with service ripples, quests bolder. Dawn rituals deepened, hunts voracious. Nose sharper, victories ledgered, eternal. Reflections mind raw, creations wilder. Service scaled, vow voiced. 2027, I rise refined. Ponder Galen, sage of sands, who taught me vigilance is vain. At 60, OS's built vast, yet thirst loomed, if unwatched. Cycles unbroken birth immortality, he rasped, under starfields, dunes whispering secrets, annual vigils. Star realigned to healer's deeper call, blueprint pivoted to wandering clinics. Legacy, villages thriving self-sustained. Galen's sands bloomed perpetual. Vigilance his water. Renew yours now. Vigil right, solitary or circle crowned. Blueprint altar. Audit pillars. Dawn unbroken, hunts devoured fresh prey. Bonds iron yet. Patterns pierced. Comfort crept where. Pivots penned. 3 max. Audacious. Emotional core gratitude odyssey. 1 year forged, infinite await. Star scribe anew. Vivid scene amplified. Legacy not distant, palpably yours. Emotion eternizes. Vigilance stirs awe. Life's tapestry yours to weave endless. Spiritually, its soul's phoenix right. Ashes of year past, fueling flight higher. Galen's vigil tears etched dunes, renewal's river. Obstacles erode. Fatigue, feigns finality. Success seduces slumber. Counter, ritual anchors, annual date, etched stone-like, micro-vigils monthly preview. Bonds, challenge, vigil with me. Enter Nia, sculptor of silences into song. Compositions peaked at 35, then plateaued. Vigil eternal. Star to communal choirs, blueprint to global voices. Cycles spun symphonies, healing divides. Vigilance composes forever. She harmonized. Echoes boundless. Refine vigilance. Tools. Digital vaults. Archiving ledgers. Annual manifestos. Emotional rituals. Vow under stars, ancestors invoked. Universally, pharaohs renewed Nile oath. Shamans circled moons. Vigilance's cosmic rhythm. Challenges peak. Doubt. Doubts. Cycles. Insist. Past proves power. Galen's oases endure monsoons. Nia's choirs resound generations. Reflection's pinnacle. Eternal vigilance births immortality. Self, not endpoint, but vessel pouring forward. Nia conducts legions. Galen's waters quench deserts eternal. This final chapter enthrones you, Sentinel Supreme. Vigilance vows 2026 not finale, but forge first of forever. All pillars pulse one. Rise, conquer, reflect. Serve, renew. Feel pulse eternal. Your dynasty dawns unending. Chapter 13. Legacy's infinite echo. Envision a colossal oak, roots delving abyssal earth, branches clawing infinite skies, acorns scattering legions of kin. Each seed your service ripples from. Chapter 12. Not endpoint, but genesis of forests unchained. That oak stands you, listener. 365 days traversed. Vigilance crowned. This chapter unveils Legacy's infinite echo. Not distant dream, but immediate alchemy, weaving your game plan into eternity's weave. Plant deep, echoes resound. Legacy thrives, not in monuments marble, but lives irrevocably shifted. Your blueprint's pillars imparted, mentees multiplied, creations cascading cultural tides. Core right, annual legacy audit post-vigil map, echoes, whose dawn I sparked, what flames I fanned eternal, amplify, document codex. Digital vault of wisdoms, blueprints, tales for progeny, strangers, ripples unbound, echoes compound. One menteed mentors 10, your star constellation vast. I chronicled Alara, weaver, whose threads mended villages fractured. At 55, looms hummed hers alone post-service. Echoes fade unheard, she lamented amid fiber scents. Audit first. Mentees thriving co-weaves. Codex-born patterns sketched, stories voiced, shared open, threads global now, women empowered worldwide. Lilara's loom silenced, echoes weave nations. Legacy lives me, she wove, shuttles still. Echo yours now. Vaultcraft, apps eternalizing ledgers, videos voicing pillars, PDFs blueprinting paths. Audit quarterly light, echo glimpsed, share proactively, circle accesses, mentees inherit, emotional right, read echoes aloud, my no freed their yeses, emotion eternizes oak, legacy dissolves mortality, self expands timeless, spiritually, its soul seed sown cosmos, harvesting stars unseen, Ilara's audit wept joy, isolation to immortality. Obstacles wither roots, humility hoards, doubt dims. Counter, service mandates sharing, vault for multiplication. Anonymity option, echoes pure motive. Behold Thorn, cartographer of inner wilds. Map sold prospered him at 48. Legacy locked ledgers. Echo, audit. Students charted own stars. Codex released interactive realms online. Voyagers countless, his wilds explored eternal. Maps multiply me, he charted. Compass true, refine echoes. Multimedia vaults, audio pillars, recited, visuals quests image, emotional anchors, legacy letters to future ripples, universally scribes etched stones enduring, elders oral taped wisdom, echoes primal call, challenges branch, theft fears, obsolescence looms, update annual, open source amplifies, Alara's patterns evolved communal, Thorn's maps crowdsourced, reflections canopy, infinite echo redefined success, not amassed, but amplified. Thorn guides virtual, Alara's weaves adorn throne. This chapter immortizes you, oak, eternal. Echoes weave every pillar perpetual. Vigilance vitalized, service symphonied. Yet horizons hunger more, bonus cycles beckon. No, true finale whispers beyond your heart's unspoken coda, where all converges unspoken. But pause, legacy's echo fades not. It calls you onward, forever changed. Chapter 14, Quantum Leaps Beyond the Horizon. Peer through the veil where 365 days dissolve into quantum vortex. Possibilities fracturing, light-speed fractals. Your legacy echoes from Chapter 13, not boundary, but launchpad to exponential realms. Vortex pulls you, listener, game plan transcended into perpetual acceleration. This chapter catapults beyond cycles, quantum leaps, leverage points exploding growth, logarithmic, 2026 foundation fueling decades. Leap now. Fractals unfold. Quantum leaps demand paradigm ruptures. Identify fulcrums where small talk yields massive shift. Partnerships paradigm shattering. Technologies tamed wild. Audiences amplified atomic. Right. Biannual quantum scan. Post-vigil. What 1% pivot births? 100 acts. Allies for fusion. Tools revolutionizing hunts. Execute ruthlessly, one leap quarterly, measured not linear but exponential. I propelled Zara, innovator whose sparks lit rooms yet darkened empires. At 42, ventures scaled slow, echoes faint. Horizons mock my crawl, she vented amid prototype glows. Scam first fulcrum, AI fusing creative flames. Leap partnered coder ally. Vaults digitized viral, exponential courses global, income fractaled. Zara's sparks ignited industries, quantum cracked infinity. She quantum leaped, fractals hers. Scan your vortex, fulcrums probe, Dawn automated app, service scaled webinar, reflections AI synthesized, bold alliances, circle expands influencers, tools, platforms, automating nows, amplifying creations. Measure fractals, ripples now thousands, emotional right, pre-leap vow, fractal faith. Emotion electrifies, leaps evoke vertigo, awe, small self-swells cosmic. Spiritually, it's co-matrixing reality, intention collapsing waves to worlds. Zara's first leap pulse thundered. Mo became vast. Obstacles warp, risk repels, scale scares, counter micro leaps test. One webinar echo, bonds beta, leap with me, behold Riven, navigator of neural nets. Maps quantum at 29, scan, VR fulcrum, leap immersive blueprint realms. Users millions, empires virtual, horizons leaped, he navigated. Fractals infinite, refined leaps, cycles, tech Q1, partnerships Q2, audiences Q3, innovations Q4. Emotional maps, fear fractals to fuel. Universally, rights leaped wings. Turing cracked codes. Quantum's human spark. Challenges cascade. Overloads crash. Anchor pillars. Leaps serve star. Zara delegated linear. Riven automated mundane. Reflections quantum. Leaps redefine time. Years compressed instants. Riven's nets train AIs. Zara's courses birth quantum keen. This chapter, fractals you leaper, transcendent. Horizons hurdled, echoes exponential. Legacy lives logarithmic, yet infinity beckons coda. Unwritten epilogue where you author sequels sovereign. Pause echoes eternal, calling unbound.